In this week's lesson, we are going to create a circuit that is capable of interaction. First, let us search for the Arduino board. To make this interactive, we are going to create or make use of a push button. And then we are going to make use of an LED. Don't forget the resistor. Let us set the resistor to 220 ohms. The push button has two terminals. We'll connect one terminal to ground and the other terminal to another pin. In this case, we'll make use of pin number 2. What we will do is, we are going to make this LED light whenever the button is pressed. So remember, one terminal is connected to ground and the other terminal is connected to pin number 2. Let us start from scratch. Void setup. So we put everything that we want to happen before anything else in setup. The actual program happens inside the loop. Let us set the pin mode for pin number 13 to output. We will also set the pin mode for number 2. Make a guess. Input? Not really. We'll set it as input pull-up. You'll find out more about input pull-up later. So again, pin number 13, which is connected to the LED, will be set as output because we are going to send a signal out through that pin, which in turn will light up the LED. For the button, which is connected to ground, and the other terminal connected to pin number 2 will be set as input pull-up. And we are going to set pin number 2 to high. So what will happen now? The button, when pressed, will connect the two terminals. When not pressed, the two terminals are not connected. If we're going to set pin number 2 to high, pin number 2 will always be high. So whenever we check pin number 2, it will always be high. But when you press the button, the two terminals will connect, and when they do connect, pin number 2 will now go from high to low. So what happens is, when you connect pin number 2, which is set to high, to ground, the current will now be drained to ground. So from high, it will now become low. So again, pin number 2 is always high. When you press the button, it will now become low. So that's what we are going to check. If digital read number 2 We are going to read the status of 2. If the status is low, then the button is being pressed or currently pressed. So if it's pressed, then we're going to set the LED high. If it's not low, and if it's not low, it's high. So under else, instead of setting the LED high, we'll set it to low. Let's check. So let's press. Goes high. Press again. Press. Press. There you go. So from high, when you press the button, pin number 2 becomes low.